Caro-Kann defense, advance, short variation with 4.nf3, e6 5.b2 c5 6.b3 and d7. Intense. That was a serious game. White really outplayed black in that one. The opening was balanced. That was an incredible middle game by both players. The players battled pretty evenly in the endgame. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. In the Caro-Kann defense, the pawns on d7 and d5 can be quickly pushed to take control of the center and engage the e4 pawn. The d4 square seizes the center and launches an assault on the e5 and c5 squares. The pawn on e4 is under attack from the center, where d5. e5 closes the center and controls the important d6 and f6 squares. bf5 develops the bishop where it controls the important e4 square. Black can play e7 e6 next, without trapping the light squared bishop on c8. nf3 develops the knight and defends the d4 and e5 pawns. e6 defends the d5 pawn and f5 bishop, and allows the dark squared bishop to develop. b2 develops the bishop, protects the knight on f3 and prepares to castle. c5 takes space in the center, attacks the d4 pawn and prepares to develop the knight behind the c pawn. b3 develops the bishop toward the center and supports the d4 pawn. And d7 develops the knight to protect the c5 pawn. It is the last book move. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. It is ideal. By doing this, a knight moves out of its beginning square and into the action. It is ideal. This uses a pawn to attack the center while vying for position. That's good. This is not the best. It is an inaccuracy. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. It is good. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. It is ideal. This exchange is fair. It is quite good. Recaptures. It is ideal. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. That's good. This ignores an opportunity to recapture a piece. It is an inaccuracy. This reveals an assault and puts a pawn in danger. That's good. This disregards a superior strategy for defending a piece that was being attacked. It is incorrect. Backs off. It is quite good. Recaptures. It is ideal. This wins time by threatening a bishop and forcing it to retreat away. It is ideal. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. It is best. This poses the risk of producing a passed pawn. It is incorrect. This is an equal trade. This prevents the opponent from being able to create a passed pawn. It is best. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. This misses an opportunity to connect rooks. It is an inaccuracy. Backs off. It is ideal. This prevents an assault on a pawn that may have been taken. That's good. As a result, the bishop may now control more squares because it is in a better position. It is ideal. This displays a queen attack. It is quite good. This ignores a safer approach to moving a queen. It is incorrect. This might indicate that a bishop was attacked. It is incorrect. By posing a threat to a queen and compelling it to flee, this wins a tempo. That is good. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. It is best. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. Recaptures. This poses a risk of winning a pawn. It is ideal. A solid choice. It is excellent. This provides an equal exchange of parts. This poses a risk of winning a pawn. That's good. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This stops the opponent from being able to win a pawn. It is best. Backs off. It is ideal. This develops a piece while also winning a tempo on a knight. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. It is good. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable knight. This threatens to win a pawn. It is good. This exchange is fair. That's good. Recaptures. The endgame has begun, and black is worse. It is ideal. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. The game was close to equal, but now white has the advantage. It is an inaccuracy. In the endgame, an active king is essential, and removing it from the rear rank is the first step. It is ideal. That's a decent move. That's good. A very strong play. It is excellent. That's fine. It is good. The pawn is now on a square that is safer. That's good. There were worse moves, but also something much better. It is an inaccuracy. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. By moving it from the back rank, this activates the king in the endgame. That's good. This is not the right idea. It is an inaccuracy. Very precise. It is best. Although white had had the upper hand, the game is now almost even. It is incorrect. There was only one move that was effective, and this wasn't it? This misses a chance to pose a pawn-winning threat. It is incorrect. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This misses a chance to make a pawn-winning threat. It is incorrect. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. Backs off. It is ideal. The pawn is now in a safe position. It is ideal. That's a decent move. That's good. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. This threatens to create a passed pawn. It is excellent. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. It is ideal. That's fine. It is good. Black was worse off, but now they are in a losing position. It is an inaccuracy. Among the best actions. It is quite good. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. This is not the best. It is an inaccuracy. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. It is best. There were worse moves, but also something much better. It is an inaccuracy. This misses a chance to improve a bishop's square and broaden its range. It is incorrect. This is not the right idea. It is an inaccuracy. This is not the best. It is an inaccuracy. Although white is still in a superior position, they have lost their winning edge. It is incorrect. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. As a result, the bishop may now control more squares because it is in a better position. That's good. This ignores an opportunity to win a bishop. It is an inaccuracy. This moves the bishop to safety. It is best. That is a logical response. It is quite good. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. Intense. That was a serious game. White really outplayed black in that one. The opening was balanced. That was an incredible middle game by both players. The players battled pretty evenly in the endgame.